The thesis of almost every one of those companies was to compete with the incumbent and to really put a world-class digital infrastructure because the Western economies were falling down. They were dependent on old copper and they had cable networks, and the cable networks weren't flourishing across the entire countries. There were pockets. So you had a poor broadband experience. So in the UK's case, we had a duopoly and a weak duopoly. We had BT Openreach, which had copper fiber to the cabinet across the UK. And then we had a cable company that was across about 50% of the country. And that's the only infrastructure you had supporting the sixth largest economy in the world. So what we did is we started up City Fiber, and we started in the secondary cities. In the case of the UK, the councils actually stimulated us to build our fiber network. So I'll use Edinburgh, which is
Please.
not a small city, right? It's a major city in its capital, Scotland. They gave us all of their public sector sites, meaning every single school, every single social housing, every single building that they controlled. They gave us the contract for 7 years, extending it by another 7. So it's a 14-year perpetual contract for all the broadband services. That anchor contract was roughly 25 million pounds. That 25 million pounds of guaranteed revenue allowed us to raise roughly 15 to 20 million. And we built a core fiber network in that city that benefited massively the city, right? So it moved the city from archaic core broadband services to fiber into all of their schools.
The difficulty we have in Europe is the diversity of the situation in every country, but that has led also to a very nimble organization running very effective services at very low cost. And that can be a very good experience for anyone interested in developing similar ventures in the US.
Europe is ahead of the US in deployment of digital infrastructure at a more cost-effective rate. So their digital infrastructures are better. Part of it is because to cover the 500 million odd people in Europe, that's made up of 28 different countries, and each country has flourished and changed its model. The infrastructure layers have been radically improved to accommodate them in Europe.